Hello there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another video. Once again, it is Sovereign Saturday. Do not accept being average. Don't accept it. You know, you working to be a sovereign man. That's why you checking out these videos. You working to have control in your life where you can, and leverage where you don't have outright control. That's not average. Let's be real with many people out here. They just following along. Everything they doing, they following along. They following along whatever the herd is following, whatever the days want them to follow, whatever the style of clothes is, whatever the haircuts are. They following everybody else. They not following their own direction, what they want to do. People like that are average. You don't want to be average. I'm just going to be real. If you're going to be sovereign out here, if you're going to have control over your life, you're not average. You're not average. You standing out. And that's one thing. You don't want to be average. You don't want to be like, oh, I'm just some average dude. No, you ain't an average dude. You having some control in your life. You doing what you want to do. And then you have good leverage where you don't have outright control. Ask yourself something. Out of the people you know, out of the men you know, how many of them actually have that? How many of them are just following along, just going along to get along? How many of them just go to work? They just doing whatever it is on the job. How many of them have businesses? How many of them are living in the places they really want to live? How many of them are doing the things they want to do? How many of them are saying they're going to do this, they're going to write this book, they're going to write this song, and actually doing it? That's part of being sovereign too. Just doing the things you want to do. Ask yourself, how many are doing that? They average. They Joe average. How many of them are fixing themselves up? How many of them are hitting the gym? Really, seriously, they average. You don't want to be average yourself. You don't want to accept that. You want to be that man who's standing above the crowd. And even before you get there, be above where you were. Like if you that man who's just going along to get along, you're a part of the crowd, you're just following along, you're average. You're basic. That's what we used to say, you're just basic. Do you want to be basic or you want to be extraordinary? You want to be that see, a sovereign man is always going to be extraordinary. He's going to be above the crowd. In fact, even when he walks down the street, people are going to look at him and say, you know, there's something different about him. Even if they can't put their finger on it. Because if you sovereign, you're going to be walking with your head up. If you sovereign, you're going to be wearing the style of clothes you want to wear. I remember this time when I saw this dude. I was in a shopping mall with my sons. I'll never forget it. Everybody else dressed all casual. Shoot, we were dressed all casual. This dude had on a nice suit. I had to give him credit for it. I said, man, that's a nice suit right there. He was refusing to be average. He was refusing to be like everyone else. That's one thing. If you're talking about being a sovereign man, you can't be like everybody else. And even though I had said earlier, like if you're on a job or something, let's just be real. A truly sovereign man is probably working for himself, probably got his own business. Or if he's not doing it, he's in the process of getting his own business. That's something to think about. That is something to think about. You don't want to be like everybody else out here. You don't want to be like you don't want somebody to look at you and say, oh, you just like the rest of them. No, you want to stand apart. You want to stand apart. Everything about you, how you look at people, how you talk to them, how you walk down the street. I mean, just walking down the street with your head up, with your back out, everything, that's different in itself. Walking like you own something, that's different in itself. But you don't want to be average. You don't want to accept that. If you ever look, say, oh, I'm just an average dude, I'm just a normal dude, you ain't getting it. Don't even tell yourself that you're average. Don't even tell yourself, because let's just be real. Most men out here are not sovereign. They don't have control. Even when they get married, who's really running stuff? Or even if they even get married, they doing so not so much because, oh, they just love that woman. They might be doing so because that's what they expected of them in their church or in whatever social class they're in. But you want to stand out no matter what. Or if you in, like, say you in one of those rough neighborhoods where everybody's getting into trouble, but you're not. Well, one, you need to get out that neighborhood, but you're like, hold up, just because they all smoking these J's and all of this, don't mean I'm going to do it. You want to say, look, this is me. And, you know, it could start with your haircut. It was like everybody else wearing a certain style. You're like, nah, this is the style I like. You hitting the gym, people around you not hitting the gym. In fact, you might have to drive a little bit to get to the gym, but you still standing out. If your body game, how you dressing, how you keeping your car clean, stuff like that. You want to stand out, even if you're not saying a word. You don't want to be average. You don't accept that. And look, you might be average now. It's no shame in it, in saying that you average now. But if you working to be sovereign, you working to go beyond that. And that's the main thing. That's the main thing. You might start out there. It's no shame, man. It's just like everybody else. But you working, you listening to Uncle Rom, you watching these sovereign man videos, you going to another level. And that's how you have to be. That's how you have to think. It was like, hold up, I'm not going to be stuck in this mode the rest of my life. And it's work. It's work. Even if you're there now, just have the mindset like, you know what, I'm going to be extraordinary. I'm going to do something. I'm going to work on that book, do that song. I'm going to dress differently, dress flyer. I'm going to carry myself in a I'm going to be like that guy Uncle Rom talked about. He saw in the mall one time that was walking around with this nice suit on. And it was a nice suit. He was not trying to be extraordinary. He was, ordinary. He was not trying to be average. He was trying to stand out. And that's what you're going to do as a sovereign man. You're not going to be a regular Joe. You don't want to be an average Joe. You want to stand out one way or the other. And your mindset, your sovereign mindset is going to make you stand out, even if you're not consciously thinking about it, because you're doing what you want. You're living a lifestyle that you want. You're not following everybody else. You're not getting stuff just because you're not buying stuff, filling it full of stuff. Part of your sovereignty, you might want to be more minimalist. Like my oldest son, he doesn't like a lot of stuff. He call them knickknacks. He don't like a lot of stuff. His room is virtually empty over here. And when he wants to get his own place at some point, that's going to be virtually empty. But that's him. That's how he stands out. So anyway, don't accept being average. Don't accept it, all right? So that's all I have for today. Keep rising to become the sovereign man that you are meant to be. Peace and blessings, everyone.